In these 3 or 4 parts of the videos, we will take you through this gadget which actually measures the contact wire thickness under live conditions. There can be scenario in which, for whatever reason, for example, there could be a erroneous or bad reading from smart rail systems, or there's a general requirement that you measure a thickness when there's no permit available. This gadget has a hook there, so you can zoom in there, which you can actually put onto this gadget. You can put onto a hot stick, and you can host it to a dummy live contact wire. Imagine this will be contact wire. That's what you can do. Put onto the contact wire, and we'll come to the reading part separately. This is a normal standard hook, but you can always also have another gadget which has a bit of pulley on this. So you can actually unscrew these 2 bolts and you can tie them behind it. They're exactly the same, except difference being that it has pulley on it, and so you can move the things across. I'll describe the gadget itself first. Let's see the control parts. Two inputs. One is your charger port, which is our 4.2 volt charger port, and you have got an on-off switch. And we simply switch it on. That's what it is. It starts. And you can hoist this one here. You can hoist this one onto the contact wire to give you a measurement. How do you take measurement? This is a display unit which you mount onto your wrist. It's a single man operation. So the operator mounts this display unit onto his wrist. We are going to describe this gadget now, especially the control bits. It has an on-off button here and a charger port. That's the only 2 controls it has got. What I'll do is I'll switch it on. Switch it on. That's the only thing. And then you hoist this onto the live contact wire, which is that one here. Okay. Now the question then comes, how do you take the measurement of this? I will take this off again, and now this time we are going through this LCD screen here. At this time it is mounted temporarily by elastic bands, but there will be normal Velcro bands like a watch strap. What you do, you switch it on by this button, and it will give you the reading. This is 0.1 millimeters. Now we will put this reading here, and we are going to hoist this thing onto the wire, and it gives you a reading of 14.3 and 14. And that was the minimum it has encountered. So you can swivel it around, and it sort of gives you values as you go through. Now obviously, as I was moving around, it did find a value of 13.9. You can move this thing left, right. It will sort of with a bit of problem, with a bit of resistance, but it can move around. Obviously, if you really want to do for large scale, you can put this pulley wheel. It has slightly more bigger tolerance of 0.2 millimeters, but we can do that as well. Okay, and once you get the reading here, you are more than happy to record this onto your data sheets or QA sheets there. Thank you. In last 2 parts, we had a close-up demo of this gadget and the LCD screen and the phone. This time we are going to mimic a real measurement on site. So before you go to site, you have this hot stick. Make sure that it is insulated. You are not in rain. That's important part from safety point of view. So it's not wet here. This gadget in any case is not IP rated. It can handle a bit of rain here and there, but it's not IP rated. So what you do, you put that thing onto this hot stick, and you screw this across. So it's nice and tight, right? You switch it on. Here we go. Switch it on. You can see a bit of laser coming here. So that's your thing there, small laser beam. You switch it on and you pull out your hot stick. It locks in here. At this time it is very small. So we have put a dummy contact wire on there, 61x2s, and we are going to test that one. Now we have mounted this gadget onto the hot stick. Make sure that it is not wet, you're not in rain, and I'm going to host this to the live wire, which is right here. And at this time it is giving me 0.01 millimeters. Put it across, off you go. It's a bit wobbly there, but it's showing me 13.8 millimeters, whereas this is a brand new contact wire, which should be 13.6 millimeters, and that's what's showing here as 13.6. Now obviously this is a bit wobbly, so it does change a bit. Now what we will do is we are going to, excuse me, let's see if we can. We will see if we can go through the cavity of the contact clip, right? Again, it's live conditions. You put, and that's where the majority of your wear will be. Put in here, onto here. There you go. And it's showing me 13.9 millimeters, 13.8 millimeters. Now that we have put this thing onto the 61x2, let us see how easy or difficult it is to take it off. Pull that way, here you go. Pull it off that way. Now we will do a similar exercise from the other side as well. And do remember, this 61x2 fitting has an arm above it. We do not have that facility to test the 61x2 with arms, but we think that is quite able. So you put it here, you stand underneath, along the tracks, and you figure your way out. Now this contact wire is approximately 3 meters high, but in reality it might be 5 meters high. So put in here, go in there, stick a click, and that's your value, which comes here at 13.7 millimeters. Now obviously there is an issue with the thicknesses and how the measurements are taken, but it is a good value to achieve while you're under live conditions and you want to know the thickness. Now again, we will try to see how difficult or easy is it to take it out. Put it that way, and you push that way, off it goes. Now let's zoom back in there to this particular hook, and let's see what it is. Let's zoom to there. You can see it is half moon type thing, half curved, and it has a bit of a sort of pointed thing as well, which we think is good enough for this gadget to go into tight corners there. In the last part we did give you a demo on how to use this screen to take this measurement from this gadget there. Well, that's a foolproof method to take measurement, and a very quick method, no training required, just a one on-off button here, a one on-off button here, and off you go. But at times you would actually like to do a full QA on a measurement. That's when the phone comes into play. What I'll do is I'll switch it on. I'll switch this on, and it's functioning now. I won't put this on the contact wire yet, and I will switch on this app which is on Android phone, which is a contact thickness one. So I will press this button, and it says it's connected to contact thickness gauge. At this time it is showing 0.1 and 0.2 millimeters and 0 millimeters because there's nothing there. What I'll do is I'm going to put it here as I'll move across, and we are going to put this thing, snap onto a live contact wire. Here you go, here you go. At this time I'm getting a value of 14.2, 14.1, 13.9. Do remember that this thickness, this is a extruded aluminum conductor, 14.0 millimeters plus and minus 0.05 millimeters. So that variation is coming from that, and simply because I'm swiveling around as well. So there is a chance that these values go up and down. Now in this case, for example, now it is giving me, let me make it stable, so it should give around 14 millimeters. So it is say 14.2, 14, all right, irrespective. Now I would like to record this value. So this is a form here, and I say, John, Josh, Okay, and we say dummy track, dummy down track, and we say, for example, MH12 plus and 345. At this time, you can obviously add some comment here. I'll say dummy comment. Okay. Now this value is streaming as we speak. So it is giving a value. You can type this value whatever you want based upon this value, or you can literally copy this cross. So when you press this button, copy the measurement to this one, it will copy the same value. And once you have done that one, now you would like to store it, and we will say send submit data to Google Drive. So if you press this button, and this is data submitted, and that value which was there before, including the structure number and the comment, and it has retained the crew number, it has retained the dummy down track, because it's not unlikely to change, but you are more than welcome to change. It has got rid of the structure number, the last 3 digits, and that values has come in here. Josh, can you zoom in by chance?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when I go back to the office, I will give a demo on where this data is there. In fact, I can do it right now. So we go to this location, we say submit, which says you send the data to some person, say for example, say it goes to me there. Okay. And it says copy, go to the link to retrieve the data, and I will send this across here, and the data would have gone to the recipient. It could be any recipient there. In last part of the video, we took the measurement from this gadget onto the phone, and we send it across as an email link. Let us see how does it look like. It has come to my Gmail drive, for that matter any drive, and it has come to me here. It says go to the link to retrieve the data, copy the data to suit as the file is cleared regularly. So we'll go to this one here, and it opens up a spreadsheet, and we will go to the last of it. We'll go to the end, and this is a lot of experimental work which has been going on.
Yep.
And today happens to be 29th of June.
Yep.
At 29th of June at 1:00 p.m. we took this measurement. John and Josh did a measurement on down dummy track at MH12 plus 345, and we recorded 14.2 millimeters. And again, it's a dummy comment here. It even tells you where exactly you took the data. It was done at 5 Walter Street, 7 Hills. It gives you the height, latitude, longitude, as well as the height there.